Hello, welcome in. Today is April 5th, 2024, and today is day 86 of 100 days, 100 ways, trails taken. So yesterday we were taking our trigger sections of our papers, the little pieces we tore off, and made them into scrolls. So the parts that we want to keep and work on still, we're going to save those for another section where we schedule, our stuff, where we schedule the things that we, are not keen on working on because some of it maybe is going to be a little bit uncomfortable, but we're not going to work on them right now. We're just going to take those however many are left and put them aside, put them in some safe place, clip them together, staple them together, do whatever you like to them, but make sure you put them in a safe place so that you know where they are for when it's time. So then yesterday we took all our blank pages, and if you do have, some blanks that don't have writing on them, save them, utilize them, use them as little notepads or little note papers. We don't want to waste if we don't have to, right? Okay, so then all the other ones that we finished with, we felt like they didn't mean anything, or they weren't re-triggering us. They were just words on a page. Those are the ones that we took and rolled into our scroll. So I have this whole bundle here. These are the ones that I'm finished with. And with these ones, we are going to, this section, I call these the Dead Sea Scrolls. So they're dead, they're done. They have no more life left in them. They're finished. So sea, not like, the Dead Sea Scrolls of ancient times that they found in the cave, that Gospel of Thomas, I think they are, and a lot of information about the Essenes, which Jesus Christ was an Essene. So a little interesting, right? But I call these the Dead Sea Scrolls, as in SEE. And those three letters are part of the wellness wheel. So S for spirituality, E for emotion, and E for environment. So these are things, these triggers, old triggers that we had, right? They come mostly because we're not connected with, our higher power, with Gus. Emotionally, because they trigger emotions in us. They affect us physically. And environmentally, most of these triggers have come from, things within our life, within our environment, with those people around us and that sort of thing. So yeah, Dead Sea Scrolls. I like it. So with these, you can, take your time doing them. You don't have to do it all at once. Make it a practice. It's a good idea to, maybe you're going to do it once every few days, or you're going to do it, let's see, how many do I have there? I should have counted, but there's quite a few, right? So that would take up a few weeks. If you wanted to just do one a week, you picked a special day where you would honor that scroll, honor that thing that's gone before. You don't have to open it up again. You don't have to look at it. You don't have to read it. You don't have to know about it at all. You just have to know that it's finished and it's complete. And from here, then we're going to work a little with our, I'm not going to say it right, Ho'oponopono. Okay, I'm not saying it again. I don't get it right ever. It is Dr. Joe Vitale, and I think it was from a book, No Limits. There was also a woman in that book. I think maybe it was co-written, or she, helped with the tradition of it, I guess. And I cannot pronounce her name. I'm going to say it, but it's going to be totally wrong. Ihalikala Hugh Len. So I'm not saying that again. Just look up No Limits and Dr. Joe Vitale and it'll come up. So the practice is about forgiveness, and all these things that went before, they're just pieces of our puzzle. They're pieces of our past. They're pieces of how we got to where we are now. So we're going to take each of these scrolls and do like a little ceremony with it. I'd love to do a burn ceremony myself. You can do all sorts of different ways. You can bury it outside in the yard. You can burn it. You can put it in water and turn it into paste and dispose of it. You can turn it into paper. You can, after you get it all wet, just squeeze it out and flatten it and let it dry, and then you have a whole new paper, a whole new script for yourself that you can write. So that's kind of fun too, but that's a little more work, right? I love the burn ceremony myself. The first time I did one with a shaman that I work with sometimes, Dr. Alberto Villoldo. I never say his name right either. Please, I'm so sorry. It's not intentional. I don't know. Some names I just can't grasp. So with that practice, the burn ceremony, I did it once when I was releasing a family member who had passed away, and it was significant. It was just even the way it burnt was significant. So I'll let you experiment for yourself. If you're going to do the burn ceremony, of course, make sure you have water beside you. If you have the opportunity to be outdoors, that's even better. Just make sure it's not windy. Don't burn anything down. I mean, we're big people here, right? I'm not saying anything, that we don't know. Be safe and be careful, and be mindful of what you're doing when you're doing it, because that's part of the practice too, is to be mindful. So if you do the burn ceremony with the paper, it burns slowly because it's tightly wound, right? You don't have to burn the whole thing either. So it's, burn it a little bit and give it a little snuffing in the glass of water. But as you're doing it, use the practice, the Ho'oponopono practice. When you say, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. So to ourselves, to our situation, to anybody who may have, been part of that situation, it's time to release it. It's time to just allow it to be and allow us ourselves to grow from it. And even though we don't recall, some of the things that we wrote on the paper or why we wrote them, our subconscious knows. It doesn't forget anything. So I feel the ones that are, we've said, okay, I can release you. You're good to go. Then let them go, right? Just let them go. Allow them to go. So burn ceremony. I'm not going to do one here on the camera. But I will be doing some, coming up in a couple sections. So, different things that we're working on. So this one, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, and I love you. And say it, with meaning, with feeling from your heart, right? Get connected into that heart space before you begin. So you light your candle, you've got your water glass there for when you want to snuff it out. Be mindful, be careful. Light it, say the words, those three things. I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, and I love you. And when you feel those things, it's complete. Snuff it, let it burn, throw it in the fireplace, however you want to deal with it. Sometimes it's nice to have a burn bowl too. Just make sure it's big and it's not, windy, or there's no pets around that are going to, knock it over or anything like that. But really connecting into the heart space, getting that heart-brain coherence going on, and really feeling those words when you say them, because they're super powerful, not just outspoken into, the ether, because words are super powerful when they're spoken aloud, but also when we allow ourselves to feel them, those words are like 10 times more powerful when we can feel them within our own being, because it's not only the words coming out of our mouth that is sending out a vibration, it's the chemistry within our body that is doing that too. So beautiful practice, and yeah, just take your time doing it, however long you want to take to do it, whatever your schedule might be. Yeah, you just got to start. That's all. So until next time, which I guess will be tomorrow. Yeah, I love doing this. Thank you for coming along for the ride. So until tomorrow, be well.